What up, everybody? This is Just Tip Podcast, episode 12. Got Tyler here today. Casey is currently working and slaving away at Walmart Neighborhood Market.
Yep.
So shout out to Casey.
The
grind, getting that bread. But don't fear, because we have a legend in our presence today. We have the NBA young Boyd, Chef Boyd RD, Rupert himself, Braden Boyd's here.
Son of Tom and Kim Boyd.
First of his name.
What?
First of his name.
Yeah,
Tom,
that's fact.
Tom George Boyd and Kim Eckenrode Boyd.
George was actually the third of his name.
My dad's name is George.
George Thomas Boyd, the third. The third of his name.
Wow. Well, we are honored to bring you on for our 12th episode. I couldn't make it last week, but I think I left it in pretty good hands because I thought it was a pretty good one last week. I listened back, and y'all were some clowns. It was funny. I was in here laughing driving on the way back from my staff or
This dude Trey just
class.
had said some out of pocket stuff the entire hour, like just catch me off guard, saying the most ill-advised things I've ever heard an individual say. The whole segment about Cheese Whiz, and I'm not even going to delve into that today because we're keeping it PG today. It was R-rated because Samuel was on there last week, but
Is it PG?
we have shrimp on here. It's going to be PG-13.
That's like one cuss word a movie, right?
No, that's
We can be R.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
Whatever.
I mean,
I was
we
just
were
saying,
gonna-
that's what I thought
Alright, so
PG-13 was.
So the reason I brought up last week, maybe we don't have to answer it right away, but last week what I missed, which I was very upset to miss, was they made a Mount Rushmore for porn stars. So I'm thinking,
Wow.
who else to do one with you here? That's your field of expertise. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
come
I
on,
wasn't expecting.
just come on.
No, I'm not saying we have to do it now.
We don't have to,
I was
but-
pointing that they did that last week. And I was very upset
is
that I
there-
missed it.
I mean, Deeth, could you give your top 3 right now?
No.
Ah,
Not really.
That's a shame.
that's okay.
Well, all right. Well,
All right, well, that's all we have today, guys.
That's all we got. All right.
All right,
So
I'm gonna leave now.
we can go
so
straight into NBA talk. I
Yeah.
figured today, since
the
that's a
shot
lot
heard
within
around the
news right
world
now,
yesterday with
Yeah.
Kawhi.
figured we talk some playoffs, maybe some draft knowledge. I don't know.
So I mean, the biggest thing the Raptors winning that series. That's one of the best playoff shots, because the only other series clinching shots, like Michael Jordan in 1985, that was back when the NBA had best of 3. So there was only 5 games per series in every round besides the finals. So it didn't take as many games. This is a Game 7. That's the first game-winning Game 7 shot in any playoff series ever. So
And also, I saw Kawhi had scored the second most points in series.
yeah,
in
he's up
any
there
series.
with Michael Jordan,
series, second most
Kareem
points all time.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Was it
And Wilt
Michael
Chamberlain.
Jordan? Was it Michael Jordan number 1?
I don't know.
I don't
I feel like I
remember.
saw
would
that.
imagine.
I don't remember, but yeah, I
I
mean,
should know that.
I think of the other team. I mean, they were getting a lot of attention about a month ago when Damian Lillard had that crazy shot, which still
Yeah.
I think it's a toss up between that and the Kawhi shot. But I think the Kawhi shot was more
I
difficult.
think, yeah. It
That,
got 18.2
You have
feet up
Joel
in the
Embiid
air.
on you, just breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
You're going out of bounds, off balance, and he
Just launched it.
he launched it pretty hard, but not hard enough where he was able to bounce off the rim and not go in. It bounced into the
That's a shooter's touch.
that's people say that was lucky.
Bounced on the front of the rim,
Bounced
bounced
on the
up
back.
on the front of the rim again, bounced on the back, and then bounced on the back again.
Yeah.
Went in.
But
I mean,
I think what I was going to say though, Portland about a month ago, Dame Lillard shot Portland. I think it's pretty impressive that they won that Game 7 in Denver as
Yeah.
well.
but I think they're getting swept. Honestly,
I don't know.
Really?
I think
I don't think
get
they're getting swept.
I think they get swept.
I was like 5 or 6. I don't see it going to Game 7. I don't see him getting swept.
I'll side with that. I think Portland will be in good position if they can. I don't know when KD is supposed to come back. People are saying it could be by Game 2, but some people are saying they don't think he'll come back unless they make until the finals. So if KD isn't there this entire series, and Portland can leave Oakland with at least 1 win of the first 2 games of the series, that's looking good for them, because they could probably win in Portland. I think they could at least win 1 in Portland. So the worst comes to worst, whenever they're heading back to Oakland come Game 5, it's going to be a 2-1 What would it be a
3-1.
Yeah, it'd be 3-1.
3-1? Well, no, if they
Yeah,
win
two
one in
games.
it'd be a 2-2 because if they win
2-2.
one in
You think they'll
Oakland,
win one in Oakland as
1-1
well?
in Oakland, win one in Portland. So and then from there, I think that's just when the Warriors will take over. Personally, I think that the
Yeah.
Warriors are just too good. I mean, ever since they got KD
Yeah.
and then they added Boogie Cousins.
I saw some stat during the Warriors game where they didn't have KD, and they literally said the Warriors were like 29-1 now.
Yeah, no, like
So,
they're built so good that they don't even have to have KD or
That's what I'm saying. I think this will be a sweep. I really do. I mean, look at it this way. All right, yeah, they don't have KD, which is a big
Or Boogie.
big hole they're missing.
Yeah.
But would you rather have Damian and McCollum or Steph and Clay? I think everybody's saying Steph and Clay. So I feel like you're saying like they got. Like, of course, they have a shooter's chance to win.
I
a
mean,
game.
of course,
they could steal a
the
game.
both
But I
of
don't
them-
think there's no way it gets past 5
Like,
games. No way.
But I don't like I will say in CJ Collins' defense, and like before then, I hadn't really seen him take over a game
Yeah. That
like
was
he
special.
did. Like
Yeah,
he
it was
took
special.
he took over that game against Denver, like just smoked them.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And see, that's the thing about Steph and Clay. Like they're shooters. I mean, like Clay said, like I've got an extended clip. Like I'm going to unload. I'm a shooter. I'm going to shoot every night. It doesn't matter. Like I feel like they're going to shoot every night, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to like deciding a game or not, I feel like they are more likely to take over a game than CJ McCollum because we don't have as lengthy of a like repertoire that we can look at that CJ McCollum or Dame Lillard have ever taken over a game, but we have from like 2014 up until now 5 years straight of them being in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Warriors fan, but like, I mean, you really can't say that they're not the best team.
yeah, I honestly kind of see Seth Curry of the Blazers. I think he honestly might go off. Like playing in a series
That's
against
a
his brother.
hot take.
That'd be
I mean,
awesome. That would be
that would be
great.
clean.
That'd be-
That
But,
would
like-
just be something that would happen, like
Yeah.
story wise. I can see it happening.
ESPN's got to love that they're playing each other.
Yeah, and then apparently, what were you saying about the Gasol brothers?
Mark Gasol plays for the Raptors and Pau Gasol plays. He's like on the bench. I think he might be hurt for the Milwaukee Bucks. But
Oh.
so in the Eastern Conference, we've got two brothers facing off against each other, and then same in the Western, we got Seth and Steph. So
Yeah.
which Seth and Steph just sound like super similar. I
Yeah.
think Steph just sounds like Seth with like a weird speech impediment, kind of.
Fair. That's fair. Well, I think if there's any team that could go in and steal a game in Oakland, it wouldn't shock me if it was Portland. Like I think,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I don't think they will. But I would not be surprised if they get a game.
If
Yeah.
if it ends up being Portland against Milwaukee, I think it's a sweep in the finals. I'm not saying that the Raptors aren't going to win, but I think whoever wins the Eastern Conference Finals, I think the Bucks still are the best team going up against either the Warriors or the Blazers. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is great, but
Yeah.
I mean, how many consistent players does he have around other than like Siakam or like
None.
what you saw in the game last night? Like there were multiple times throughout the game when various players for the Raptors, like Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, they had wide open shots and they would not take them. Like
Well,
they were just
there wasn't a single starter in that game 7 besides Kawhi that scored more than 11 points.
yeah. So like they just were like give the ball to Kawhi
Yeah, it was
basically
just
like
Kawhi saying, "Here, I'm going to get this win
Yeah.
for us,"
Yeah.
and he did it. And even though I'm a Sixers fan, I mean, it was
hats
a great
off
shot.
to that. Yeah,
It's like an epic that picture of him sitting on his
Yeah.
like,
squatting.
looking at it go in, and Embiid looking over.
Did you see
Hey,
where,
Like that's
That's awesome.
yeah.
did you see where Drake said he might do a freestyle just for the artwork for that?
That'd be like whenever he did the back to back to the like something from like the 1980 World Series where someone
Yeah.
walked off for the Blue
Yeah.
Jays.
That's clean.
So anytime Drake uses like a sports cover for a mixtape, it's going to be fire. I feel like
I think history could show that. Yeah.
I was
Probably.
I was geeked that Drake was watching the game wearing Sixers
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah, I saw that.
He wouldn't have posted that if the
Oh
No-
yeah,
no way.
for sure
like
not.
it was just.
But I mean, I think
that's
there is
funny,
something
though.
there though. Like
Yeah.
all these teams
I think that's
always
funny,
lose.
and that he recognizes it too.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Like he
now.
knows
Like,
that's a
it's catching
meme.
on,
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
Yeah.
that is pretty funny.
So let me ask this: what is worse, the Drake curse or the Lil B curse?
Well, I think the Lil B curse got lifted over Harden, but did it? I mean, really, did it?
He's not.
No.
No.
Did it?
He's
Like,
not anything.
He's
Well,
never like
He might win.
Chris Paul and James Harden are gonna be great in the Big Three league. Get out of here! Like the Rockets are done. I'm sorry,
Chris
but
Paul,
they have literally gone. They have lost in the second round to the same team 2 years in a row. Before that, they couldn't do anything. They have to go out and get some all-star, superstar to come to Houston for them to be able to beat Warriors. Now it just depends. I'm not just going to say they're always going to make it to the second round. They might make it to the third round, but that's only if the Warriors don't meet them in the third round until the third round. The Warriors are always going to beat the Rockets in a playoff setting because the Rockets rely too much on James Harden solely.
Yeah.
Like you cannot win a championship or be successful in the playoffs. You have to be like God basically at basketball to be able to do that. Just one player having all your offense, in my opinion. And Chris Paul, he's a scrub. I'm sorry to get my Stephen A. Smith bad, but Chris Paul is a bona fide scrub.
like I cannot stand Chris Paul. I hate those State Farm commercials.
With him and Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar from The Office.
Yeah, that's his name in real life, I'm pretty sure.
It's like Oscar Nunez or something. Maybe I'm totally off on that.
Shout out if you're watching this right now, Diego Munoz.
I wish he was watching this.
I don't know where you're at, buddy, but we haven't heard from you in like 6 years, so.
All right. So, that's funny. I mean, so let's talk about. So you think that Milwaukee's getting through Toronto at this point? Because I don't.
If Milwaukee does not get through Toronto, it's going to be a Game 7 again.
Okay.
If Kawhi does what he did this past series, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
If
think
Kawhi,
nobody's stopping Kawhi.
that's what I'm
honestly.
saying. Okay.
Giannis, I guess maybe.
I
but-
feel like
I mean-
Milwaukee is the safest bet in my opinion to say that they'll win. But if Kawhi plays every game of that series like he did for the last series against the Sixers, which the Sixers don't get it twisted, like they're a good team, like they're a good team. So and he smoked them that entire series. That's the reason that they won. So I feel like if Kawhi does that, continues to do that, I mean it's going to be really hard to stop him. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
When one player's just got all the momentum, is making shots.
Well, I also feel like the 76ers were like really inconsistent. Like
That was their biggest problem.
they would just do really well and win the game, and then they'd get smacked.
They're the type of team that will like win a game by 33 at home or something. Then like the next game they'll lose by like 20. Like,
I mean, I saw a lot of stuff about them possibly firing Brett Brown.
you think they should?
I
Who would
mean,
they replace him with?
I think Brett Brown's a good coach. I don't think he's an elite coach.
No.
At least he's definitely not proven it. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad coach. I think we could do a lot worse than Brett Brown.
Did you all see?
I think it's more of a Ben Simmons problem than it is Brett Brown. And you're not going to find a bigger Ben Simmons like fan. Like I have to defend him all the time, like way more than I'd like to. He just needs a jump shot. He really just needs a jump shot. And I think once that gets together, any coach with a brain can make that team win.
I would have made an NBA 3 by now if I was in the NBA. Is all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I mean, he's really good,
Right.
obviously, but it's just that.
He's an all-star.
I don't know. It's unfortunate that he
Can't shoot.
doesn't want to shoot a 3.
Yeah. I think
getting
he just needs to get in the lab with Kobe this summer and just come back better than ever.
live with Allen Iverson, former Sixer.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. True.
I mean, he's good everywhere else. Maybe, well, I don't know. I don't watch enough basketball to, like, tell you
Yeah.
right or wrong, but
Right.
I feel like he's good everywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, the defense literally, if he has the ball in his hands, they literally just start stepping back, and they're just waiting for him to charge at them. So it's really like crippling for an offense if the defense all backs up and is ready for the passing lanes,
Yeah.
because that's all he does.
Who do you think is the
shoot.
most consistent player on the Sixers? Is it Buckets or Embiid?
Most consistent? I don't know. None of them are really
None of
consistent.
them
but
are.
you give me Jimmy Butler will always make the play at the end.
Like
I
he
feel
almost
like.
had that. He had that game tying shot with like 2
Embiid
seconds left.
And Embiid's stats speak for themselves.
Yeah.
He's consistent whenever he's healthy. Like he's the best big man in the big man in the league whenever he's healthy. So
I wasn't expecting to see him
I think just
crying last night.
putting it all together.
I mean, he was hurt.
I mean, well, he wasn't like crying because he was hurt.
I mean, he
Right.
was upset he lost.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I mean, like
Yeah,
hurt,
that's what he
hurt.
meant by
Yeah,
hurt,
yeah,
yeah.
not like
Oh.
physically hurt.
Oh, I thought you meant like
He had
injured
no
himself in the
physical
game. I was like,
afflictions, no.
no.
So guess we should conclude. We were going to talk about draft picks, maybe projected lottery picks.
So I saw something on Twitter today, and it was Atlanta Hawks fan had tweeted something like, "Today is the last day before you can, or the last day to jump on the bandwagon now before the draft lottery tomorrow, because they've got like the 4th best odds or something like that to get Zion." So
I'm just saying, if Zion goes to Atlanta, that's game
that's
over.
what I'm saying. Like, I'm a Sixers fan, but I might have to have a second favorite team if they get a big 3 of Trae Young, John Collins, and Zion Williamson. I'm all aboard. I'm there.
That was like back when the Hawks used to be really good. They had Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, Paul Millsap.
I mean, that was a good squad.
They were always a playoff team, but
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, they didn't like do anything.
no, they were just always a playoff team. And the Hawks haven't been a playoff team in a while, so.
So the teams that can get the first pick, or like the top 3 odds,
Mhm.
all have 14%. Cleveland,
New York.
Phoenix,
They're all
New York.
14%.
Yeah. And I can only hope that Zion goes to the Knicks. Honestly,
I don't
do
want
not
to
wanna
wait.
see him go-
Where's Chicago at?
They're like 4th or 5th. They've got like a 10% chance, 10.5 or 12.5.
I saw something where like it was saying if Zion went to Cleveland, that would just like put the most pressure on him to beat LeBron.
I
again.
just do not want to see Zion in Cleveland.
like
Put
But
him
that
in
would
a
be
big-
that would be a glitch in the Matrix if Zion goes to Cleveland, because he's literally like a second coming of LeBron, except he's not born and raised from there. But I think what I want to see happen, Zion go to either Atlanta or New York, because I feel like you could build around him. I mean, I feel like there's more built down in Atlanta than New York, but you could definitely build up in New York around him for sure. I mean, that's a
they'll
story
definitely be
franchise.
A big name free
Yeah.
agent sign there. If
Yeah.
he goes there, for
So
sure.
that, and I want to see John Morant go to the Suns. I want
Yeah.
to see Morant go to the Suns. I think him and De'Aaron Fox, or
Or
not
no.
not De'Aaron Fox,
Devin
Devin Booker. I think that'll be a good tandem.
I don't know. I feel like they're still going to just get 130 points dropped in their.
But I
head
mean,
every
who else
night.
do you think? Who else do you think they?
I mean, that's who they're going to draft.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think that solves anything right
Where do you
now.
think? Where do you think is the best place John Morant could go?
Phoenix? But I think that's more like long term, not
Right.
like I think. I
No,
think they're still going to.
I think
they're still going to be a top 5 pick next year.
where did the Mavericks have a pick at?
They're like bottom. They're like. I don't know. I only had like the top 10. In my
Right,
head,
right.
But I know the Lakers have a 2% chance, and I would,
At Zion?
2% chance the number 1 pick.
could you imagine?
That would be
Well, imagine if he took like
Awesome.
number 24 for Kobe. Oh no, he wouldn't. Did they?
no, they
retire?
probably retired.
I know they
8 and
retired
24.
8, but I don't know if they retired
Mm.
24.
Like they wouldn't have retired just one of them.
Oh yeah,
I
probably
feel like
right.
yeah fair.
If they were gonna retire one,
He should
they
be
would've-
number 6, since LeBron was number 6 when he went to Miami.
Isn't that Lance Stevenson right now?
Is
6 for the Lakers.
I don't know. I don't know people's numbers.
Lance Stevenson.
Grant Williams is going to be playing for the Celtics next year.
Really?
Probably. He's projected to be 15th, taken by the Celtics. So,
Good for Grant.
Yeah,
Right
I mean-
outside the lottery. That's awesome.
like, I mean, if I were in his position, he already graduated. He
Oh, no,
graduated.
he's gone.
Yeah,
No,
he's out. He's
I'm not
he's
even
out.
I'm not debating.
He's
that.
out.
gone.
I think Jordan Bone's not coming back either.
He's gone.
He like
I
moved
feel like
out
we're
early,
not going to be
didn't he?
relevant in basketball ever again. Probably.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean,
about
he's starting to
that,
get
but-
like good recruits now. Now that we're
I don't think we'll.
I don't think
I
we'll
think
ever
we're
have
gonna-
a
I think
chance to
our
get to
win-
the Final
I
Four.
think our
again.
window really closed.
Yeah, I don't
but
think we'll ever
I
be a
think-
Final
yeah.
Four chance team.
I think we'll just
We'll always be a
okay.
tournament team.
Yeah,
I
I think
think.
we'll be a tournament team, but not.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic coming forward or going.
I'm more
forward. It's just
optimistic
like,
for football, to be honest.
wasn't going there, but
I'm just saying.
I
Wow.
mean, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad some people are excited.
I
I need somebody to hype me up for football.
I'll hype you
I
up.
feel like it'll
after
happen
this.
once the season
Yeah.
comes around. It always does.
I'll get hyped up when they like
Listen,
beat
listen.
someone they're not supposed to.
Garantano.
Like Auburn.
Okay, I'm gonna
Like,
hype you up
right.
right now. Garantano,
Hype me up.
he's going to be a senior this year.
Yeah.
And the 3 years he's played before then, he's played for 3 different offensive coordinators,
Right.
all under Butch. What was the dude's name that took over for Butch until they whatever that dude's name is?
It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Play for 3 different
the
offensive
dude who coached
coordinators.
at Michigan.
Play for 3 different offensive coordinators. He's getting someone that's coming in this year for his senior year who's like pretty experienced. I mean, he had a good offensive team at Georgia, but I mean, there's better recruits there. I feel like he's going to be able to have more consistency playing offense. I think the biggest thing that he needs to be able to do is throw the ball downfield with
Yeah.
accuracy.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
I mean, nobody's rooting for him more. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
like, I
I'm rooting
wanna-
for
I
the
wanna
guy.
gas him
I'm
up,
rooting
but-
for the guy, but I just
look
I
for a
gotta see
big
it
season
first. I'm
by
not
Mar-
buying
I
into
think
any of the
Marquez
hype.
Callaway and Juwan Jennings could have a good season.
John Jennings
We've
is gonna
been saying
ball out
that
his
for-
last
Juwan
year.
Jennings is going to be a
Like,
dog. I mean, listen, he's coming back.
I think
this
he's
season.
gonna get
I
his.
know he's gonna want to get his.
He's gonna get his, I think.
Okay, all right.
I think Goran
All
Turner.
right.
Listen,
Goran
listen,
Turner
like,
has stepped up a
starting to
lot.
turn
There's a reason
Starting to turn
we
the
were
dial.
at number 15 in the FPI for ESPN like initially.
Yeah. Well, that's just because of
I don't
like
need to-
skill of players.
That doesn't help.
We have the players, but
Can you just imagine if we like came to the season ranked 15th and if we like won our first 2 games, going to Florida game like ranked almost
we're
10?
not gonna be 15.
No,
At the
no.
end of
I
the
just like
season.
that would be ridiculous. I would just be pissed. I wouldn't even be lit at that
I'm
point.
looking at maybe 7 and 5.
Florida
Yeah.
is smacked by Florida. They're on the rise again.
Oh yeah. No. Mullen at Florida's that's pretty baller in my
Georgia's
opinion.
More than likely an L. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
As long as Kirby Smart's their coach.
Alabama's an L.
Yeah.
Probably beat Kentucky. I would guess.
Yeah.
It's
they're
all-
never-
that's usually,
Are we
like, what
with that?
happens.
Like, is that's just.
I think
standard?
we'll beat South Carolina. We should have beat them
All right,
last year.
there's the difference. There's the difference from last year to this year. We're gonna beat South Carolina.
I do not think we're beating Missouri
No, I don't.
with Kelly Bryant.
Well,
Come on now.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
ask
we
who they
know
got,
we're-
but I
yeah,
forgot
we're
about
losing.
it.
Kelly Bryant.
How long have we been going? 21. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I've gotten Braden to start watching a little bit of Game of Thrones.
I need to start watching. Tyler said he's
I've
going to let
been
me.
trying to hype everyone up on it.
Yeah.
So, like, my problem with Game of Thrones is I waited too late, obviously.
Right.
And so everything's, like, in Season 8 is being spoiled through social media and stuff like that.
You can't avoid it. You really
Yeah,
can't.
like,
No way.
I mean, it's on me because I waited too late, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
Pretty happy. Now that you're like in the moment watching, it's still pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Appreciate it now.
I'm at the Season 4 finale now.
Okay.
I need to
watched,
start
like, 5
watching it.
episodes.
I'm going to start watching it for sure over the summer.
I just watched,
That's my dog. Don't pay any attention to her.
I just watched the, Castle Black, like, battle.
What'd you watch?
Well, there's like an episode that you probably know, Castle Black battle.
so
like,
who's
got a
your
name for it,
who do you
but-
think's the hottest character on there?
I don't know. Like,
I'm definitely.
I was
going
telling Tyler,
Queen
like,
Marjorie. I love
Marjorie
that
is
woman.
pretty good.
I love that woman.
I was telling Tyler earlier that that red woman lady is like naked too much on the show. Like, she doesn't like. I don't know, everyone else has like 1 or 2 scenes, and she's just like always naked. Like every other time you see her, she's.
I mean, is it
nude.
nice though?
She's just so like
You're
I
just
can't.
so used to it at this point. Like you watch the show so much, and you just seen her nude
I
all the
can't
time.
be
Like,
attracted to her because she like fucks with your head.
it's
No,
PG-13.
you're
Yeah,
good.
you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
She-
Braden,
just
I
like-
can't believe.
She just like messes with everyone, and so like I can't be like attracted to her. She's just
Yeah.
weird.
Understandable. I've never watched Game of Thrones. I feel like I would like it.
I think
I've
you
always
would.
been. I've always low key. This is like kind of personal. Low key, I've always kind of been like a Lord of the Rings stan.
Okay.
I think those movies are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The
there's-
books were pretty
yeah,
good. I
okay.
read I feel like I would love this. I've just
Yeah.
never gone into
I
it.
think you also need to read the books because a lot of people say the books are way.
Yeah,
better.
no, the books for
haven't-
Lord of the Rings were super good.
I
So
haven't even seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
you sleep. The Hobbit: Desolation of Smaug.
I've never seen any of the movies, but that's
Great
awesome.
movie.
Sounds
Great movie.
Awesome. Sounds like action.
Got fires, romance, like fire-breathing dragons, romance, dwarfs,
That's Game of Thrones.
ogres.
Yeah.
Well, come on
That's
now.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
exactly. I would love Game of Thrones. I'm
There
gonna
you
start
go.
watching.
Yeah,
so.
you need to.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All I know is Jon Snow's a baller.
Oh god. Well,
He's like, who's left to lead me?
Jon Snow.
I was-
I was talking to Trey earlier about Game of Thrones. This last episode was really crucial, and I can't.
crucial.
It was crucial. I don't
Mm-mm.
just like
Did it have you feeling
Well-
some type of way?
yeah. It was just I don't know how to feel about it because it's like I kind of like expected all of this to happen, but I didn't actually want to see like all the stuff that was gonna happen. I don't know. It was just craziness.
I saw, well, Sophie Turner, is that her last name?
Yeah.
She posted after the Battle of Winterfell, which was episode 3. She
Yeah.
posted that episode 5 was bigger.
Yeah.
And everyone
Well,
was just like,
I mean, it is like it kind of is, but At what
That-
cost? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, don't say
At
what.
what
How-
cost?
Don't
How much
say
did it
what
cost?
happens.
Everything.
Everything. Yeah, it's real. Yeah,
Thanos.
yeah, it's real like Thanos moment.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Well,
But
we appreciate everybody for tuning in today. We're gonna probably cut it short. We'll go for about 30 minutes today, but appreciate Braden for being our guest today.
thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Shout out to Casey.
All right. Yeah.
Hopefully
shout out to
he's-
Casey.
Shout out
Uh,
Casey.
He said he was going to be watching. From
Yeah,
work,
shout out
so
to
there
Casey
you
if you're
go.
watching.
Hope we did you proud with some NBA talk. Yeah. Pretty good.
No Champions League today.
Oh yeah. We can get right
Mm.
into Champions League real quick.
Yeah,
All
real
right.
quick.
I really
Well,
just wanted to bust into this stat real quick.
Shut up. She like bit me. That was hurtful, sugar.
Sugar, go to your room.
All right. So, anyways, Champions League. Liverpool has beaten Tottenham 4 of the last 5 times they've played. So I'm really liking the Reds' odds in this one. I don't know. I don't think Lucas Moura is going to drop a hat trick again.
Mo Salah.
Yeah, like I think it's game over for Tottenham. I think they should just be happy for being there. Big
I don't
Liverpool
know.
guy.
I don't know squat about Tottenham really. I was really banking on Barcelona, Ajax, or Liverpool to be in the final. I don't know how Tottenham's there. I don't know
Yeah.
how. I don't know. I was really wishing to see Ajax in the final.
What if Tottenham does what if they mess around and just win?
I feel like they probably I feel
Like,
like
I
now
feel like
that I've
they're-
really hyped it up, I feel like they'll probably steal a goal in like
hmm
90th minute. Just break Liverpool hearts. I don't know.
You've already
Hoping
experienced
for the
one
other,
heartbreak with
hoping,
the
hoping
Sixers.
for the other way around.
It's the first year that the Europa League and the Champions League are all English teams.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Man
Premier
City's not
League's
even
on-
one of
Man
them.
City, did you see today they're banned for next year's Champions League?
Are you
Well, I
serious?
thought it was
Why?
like
It's like a 1-year ban.
I thought they were like
Financial
trying
fair-
to get that to
For
happen.
financial what?
financial fair play.
Wow, that's my team.
Is that just like loaning players and
No,
stuff?
it's just like how they like bought all these like spend all this money like really fast.
Soccer
Well,
players are
what about
pretty bad with
PSG?
money. Look at
Or
Messi.
is it just
they
more?
they've been in trouble for that stuff
Okay.
before.
Yeah. Well,
I think it hurt their league. Something with their league though. I don't think it was. I don't know.
yeah.
Sugar's enjoying this.
She loves that
this.
love.
Because they were in the Champions League and got knocked out by Manchester United.
Sad. That's just sad, if you ask me.
Marcus Rashford.
Gosh. Neymar didn't even play in that last game.
Yeah, I know, and he got
I
that.
just watched.
He got that ban.
Turned into a big meme.
Yeah,
that video was like,
He just, he got like banned for a couple games.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Yeah.
what do you do?
Just for like his comments on how bad the refing
Yeah, it
was.
was like on the refs. Crazy man. I swear, in every sport like today, the refs are a huge talking point. I feel
Always
like- I feel
blowing
like
the
it's
game.
in every sport.
Yeah.
They're like always blaming the refs. I feel like
Sports betting is also
that's just our culture.
sports betting is also at an all-time high.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say that.
So I think that might have a lot to do with it because people put money, expect these
like
refs to call the game. the
like
way it's meant to be
legal.
played.
It's like legalized now. Like
Yeah.
through college sports betting now.
Yeah.
So
All I'm saying is we're living in the peak of sports history right now. Like Game 7, buzzer beaters, Champions League, both semifinal games were
March Madness was pretty good
Awesome.
too.
3-0
March Madness was
leads.
great.
March Madness.
Other than
I'm saying we're
Sweet 16.
The Kentucky Derby had a disqualification.
Yeah, that was the first time ever.
Come on, sugar.
All right. Well,
Bye.
Braden, thanks again for coming on. Hopefully you can be on
Definitely bring you back around
on this
for sure.
this summer.
For sure.
short-lived summer.
Short-lived
Yeah, you're-
summer. Yeah, he's going to be on that
We'll bring
educational
we'll bring
grind.
the studio to Knoxville.
I swear, we'll come down to the 865 and do a surprise stream. But appreciate everybody out there that's watching this. I'm not really sure who that is calling my phone right now, so I'm hoping it's still streaming on YouTube. But appreciate everybody watching. Be sure to tune in next week. We should have Casey and maybe another guest. So thanks. Appreciate it. We'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, Braden. Hello? Hello?